Hey, how's it going, everybody? Oh, I've got a echo in my headphones. That's off-putting. How are you? It's the 3rd of April. We're in April already. We're 4 weeks out from Daily Dose Day. How are you? Hope you're doing good. Drop me a message and say hi so I can say hi back. I can hear my voice like a second after I say something, and it's really off-putting, and I've never had that before. Never mind. Hope you're all doing good. I've got a little bit to go through with you all this week if you want to hear it. This is driving me crazy. Oh, and I might have a knock on the door as I'm doing this. I've timed it really badly, but I've got a takeaway coming. It's hi, Jen. Welcome. Thanks for joining us. I like the avatar there of the coffee pot, the flicked cover. Yes, I ordered a takeaway about a couple of hours ago, and it's the worst takeaway I've ever had in my life. And now I'm in two minds whether to review it or not. I never leave bad reviews, and I think people are coming out of independent businesses are coming out of lockdown, and they really need good reviews. But this did not deserve a good review. How can you mess up a cheeseburger? And I can still smell it on my hands. I had it in my hands about 2 seconds. I'm stalling because I'm wrestling, trying to find something to switch off the echo that's going on in my ears. Hopefully you can still hear me. Hey Dan, welcome. Thanks for joining us, and Ollie too. Appreciate you joining us this afternoon. I hope you can still hear me. The echoings, I can't hear me, so that's a good thing. That's always a good thing. But I can hear. I could hear echoing, but it's gone now. So let me know if you can still hear me, or if I'm just. I guess so. Klaus, how are you? How are you in Copenhagen, or outskirts of in Denmark? There, it's good to hear from you, pal. Thanks for joining us. I've got some bells and whistles. Look, I'm going to go into a bit of this. There's a clock. I've upgraded the package that I pay for as we approach Daily Dose Day, so I can play around with these bells and whistles. I'm going to do some of that today with you, just to see if I can make some design decisions that you all might approve of or not. We'll see. So what have we got? There's a bell and a whistle for you right there. We've got here in this box. Today we'll cover the tour that's going on currently. I say currently, I think they're finishing off a show either today or tomorrow, and then they're back off the road for a month or so. We'll go into that in a minute, and some set lists we've got too. Got some plans for Daily Dose Day. We've got some upcoming contests I wanted to tell you about, so I'm not going to do them today, but I'll tell you about them today. The little design workshop that I just mentioned, which in reality is me running some ideas past you as like a quality assurance panel. You can tell me what you like and what you don't. And also after that, and I've clicked away before I remember what number 5 was. Number 5 was the picture game. Of course it was. We'll finish off on that. Hi, Carwin. Nice of you to join us. You'll have to tell me how to pronounce your surname, by the way. I'm embarrassed. I've met you several times, been to concerts with you, and I don't know how you say your surname. So let me know, and I will be less ignorant last time we converse. So we'll go through all of those things I just bulleted for you in a minute. Before I do that, I wanted to give you some music. Of course, we've got some music too. This is David Das, D-A-S, who also has a website, daviddas.com. Fantastic musician. He contributed to our first cover project, Shadow Hands, and he did a version of The River Runs Low. You may have heard it, may not have, but I'm going to play it now for you. And when we come back, I will take you through some tour dates and some Daily Dose Day plans. Okay, speak to you in a second.
Rain held back again. I haven't felt a drop since you went away. Outside of town, the hills are brown. I guess the way I think cold and golden. Lines outside the welfare store. The clock is stopped at the bank next door. The year like hell and the boys left home. Now just like you, they're all gone. The river runs low tonight. The eyes are closed on the waterline. The river runs low tonight. And you're always drifting through my mind. The river runs low tonight. And nobody waits for the tide to rise. But I'm gonna wait till you make the river run high. Poor man's getting on. Keeps the morning paper in his overcoat. It keeps him warm in the cold storm. And he told me today I look a little lonely. Up in the air, they're heading south. The sky gets light to the west of town. With a little cash I can get around. You know I'll come out there and find you. Oh, the river runs low tonight. The eyes are closed on the waterline. The river runs low tonight. And you're always drifting through my mind. The river runs low tonight. And nobody waits for the tide to rise. But I'm gonna wait till you make the river run high. The river runs low tonight. Eyes are closed on the waterline. The river runs low tonight. And you're always drifting through my mind. The river runs low tonight. And nobody waits for the tide to rise. But I'm gonna wait till you make the river run high. Oh, yeah. River run high.
The screen went blank there. Beg pardon. I know what happened there. That was my fault. Also, I probably shouldn't do any product placement there. You've got the message that came. I don't know if that's really well timed or really badly timed, but at least it came during a break. I should put my quesadilla, etc. And there's a lot of etc. to one side. Thanks for joining us, Chuck. Good to see you, Chuck with an H. Thanks for joining us. And Vic also. Well done, David Dash. You're exactly right. And Ollie, nice, and it has a bit of Richard Marx feel to it. That's a nice observation. Yeah, that's David Das. Now, that was from our first cover project, Shadow Hands. And David reached out to me and I said, yeah, please. I wasn't familiar with him, but record a track by all means. And turns out he's a pro. He's like I think he's a conductor or something, but he's got his own studio, daviddas.com. And he's well, you just heard, he's fantastic. Yes, welcome all of you. I love that we've got this nice regular bunch that joins us every Sunday. It's got a nice familiar feel to it here in this 13th episode, unlucky or lucky for some. And I agree with you, Dan. That's a great version from David. So I said I'd have a little tour news for you. So I will take you to this website I know. So there's a little bit that I wasn't familiar with it. I don't know whether it's new or not. Andy, you have to fill me in what the Taco Bell connection is with Bruce. I'm not familiar with that. So in terms of the tour, I've put Andy's message in the middle of it, so that'll disappear in a minute. So we've got some new dates, I believe. So Elkhart in Indianapolis is IN, I believe. Sorry, is a new date as of this last week or so. The Elkhart Jazz Festival. That's not to say Bruce is going to play only jazz at that. I sincerely doubt he's only going to play jazz at that, but it's an interesting addition anyway. But he will probably play some jazz, but not all, any more than he plays all bluegrass at a Telluride festival. So that one, I believe, Interlochen, the one below, is a new date too, and I've no idea what MI is. Michigan? Minneapolis? I do this every week, don't I? No, MN is Minneapolis, so MI will be Michigan, right? So there's new tour dates. And if we go down the list, I believe these are ones that we've covered already, but Chicago, so we're going down through June now, through Chicago, Indianapolis, Cincinnati, Hammondsport, New York, Brooklyn, New York, Vienna at the beautiful Wolf Trap. Oh, hey, I believe I was told that's pronounced. In California, West Hollywood, California, Flagstaff, Arizona, Beaver Creek, Colorado, Lyons, Colorado, Livingston, MT, no idea. Sorry. San Francisco, California, Seattle, Washington, Portland, Oregon. I'm just going to stop saying the states. Springfield and Omaha. Omaha's Nebraska. I know that from Better Call Saul. Anyway, those are the dates. I'm commonly asked if there's a pre-sale what the password is. First, try Noisemakers. If that doesn't work, try Flicted, as in the upcoming record title, Flicted. I suspect without the apostrophe for a password. But try those first. If we have a password, it will be on this page. But try those first if you are at the shows or if you're looking to buy tickets. Enjoy them. Just walked into a bunch of messages. Andy says Bruce was eating at Taco Bell and he saw a woman that was the inspiration for the song. I recall him telling that tale. Don't remember what the song is, though. Carwin, although he's from these shores the same as me, just puts my geography to shame. MT is Montana. MO is Missouri. Thank you, Chuck with an H. I do this every time, don't I? Chances of making my husband take me to the Brooklyn show. He can just drop me off. That's great that you get into a show, Jen. Pleased for you. Have you got your Talk of the Town video yet? From or your Intersections box set, I should say. So those are the tour dates. We also have, at the moment, a few set lists. So, oops, I nearly took you to the back end of Bruce.com for a minute then. Right. So here in 2022, we've got a couple set lists have come in. So those are the ones we have so far, both from Tennessee. So the bunch of new songs have been played. Days Ahead is a new song. Sidelines is a new song since the first time that Days Ahead was played, apparently. Second show in Chattanooga, we can see that Maybe Now, which is a new song from Flicted, was played. So we can look forward to hearing those soon, since the record is out next month, since it's now April. May 27th comes the new record. So, but we can see from both of those set lists we have so far, stylistically and chronologically, there's a wide range there. So if you go into a show, it'd be great if you can send a set list our way, or even some photos, or post them up on the Facebook page perhaps, and we would gladly take them from you. So, and since Jen says she's going to a show as well, so the Brooklyn show, I've been to Brooklyn. I don't believe I've been to a concert there, but I loved it. I would do anything to go back to New York at this point, but not in my immediate future, sadly, or anywhere on the East Coast, although I'd very much like to. Okay, back with me now. So I believe LiDAR has been played as well, which is also a new song. Somebody asked me if I knew what this song was that had the words, and there was something that had the word radar, and then something that sounded like, they thought sounded like LiDAR. So I said, well, that's a new song title, so probably that's it. Just as a reminder, at the moment, Bruce and co would have asked that the shows are not recorded. So that's why you're not seeing any daily doses from the current tour, because they are working on the songs. So they're all work in progress. Not to mention the record isn't actually out yet. So they've asked that concerts, whether it's the pro setups that people record from, or even recording off your cell phone, they've asked that that's not done for now. So I've put that reminder out on the Facebook group, which I got. I put that reminder, and I thought I asked quite kindly. I'm going to quote the guy because I don't want to misquote the poor man. So for asking that please don't record the concerts, you're the kind of guy who whines about people sharing a phone video, trying way too hard for attention. The best bit, you seem like the type of guy who would have been in the East German Stasi. What a big man you are, said this guy. You might have seen him last week, but he's disappeared now. So the internet, everybody, the fun you can have on the internet. Don't believe everything you read on the internet. Don't believe anything you read on the internet, according to from some people. But it's. I was never in the Stasi. Never been to Germany either. But this guy did not take kindly to being asked kindly. So off he goes. Daily Dose Day. Coming up 4 weeks from today. So I wanted to kind of take a step back, and because we've had a lot of new members you might have seen on the Facebook group. So if they're watching now, or if they come to watch it on replay, I just wanted to, I don't want to assume any knowledge here, so I'll just do a little bit of a step back and explain the premise of Daily Dose Day. So on the website, every day I'll put a live track of music. I've just put one up today from Seattle in 1990. Very rarely you'll find, by the way, or I'll find a recording with the range that hasn't circulated by now, since we're talking 30 years ago. But this soundboard copy of a show from Seattle in 1990 fell into my hands. So I've shared a track from that, Till the Dreaming's Done, which I'm going to play at the end of this podcast. And then, as I said, it's already up for download on bruce.com as well. So every day I'll put one live track up. It's called, christened by Rich Dyken, miss him, The Daily Dose. So Daily Dose of Bruce's music. Then we kind of turn that into an event. Bruce.com would host the Daily Dose Day, which every hour on the hour for a 24-hour period, I would put up a daily dose. So it's like an hourly dose. So by the end of the day, you'd have 24 live tracks, maybe a few additional ones. And so this time round, I'm trying to think how to top it. So I'm putting up a concert every hour on the hour at dailydoseday.com. I'll fire it up and just show you guys a quick look at it, although I've been crowing about it for a while on Facebook just recently. So here we go. So this is the site at the moment for Daily Dose Day. I haven't put any of the concerts up just yet, but there's a little bit about what we're doing, the little projects that we're working on the day, and then on the day, this little bit here will be where you get your music. So you don't have to be there. I've said this before. You don't have to be there every hour on the hour, because they'll still be there. At the end of the day, you'll have 24 concerts to download. And there'll be a lot more besides that we're going to go through too. But as a little sneaky treat for you guys, it's not going to be just yet, but perhaps a day or so or a week or so before the Daily Dose Day, I'm thinking I might put one concert up for download early so you can grab it then. So you guys can, as kind of a thank you for joining in and contributing to this, you can grab an early version of a concert. So I've actually been spending this week writing up the concerts. That sounds a strange thing to say. So I decided which concerts an age ago. I published them, uploaded them an age ago. Now I'm doing like a write-up of each of them. So I don't want you to come in blind. I wanted to give you my thoughts on each concert and the highlights and the things to look out for. So I haven't said which concerts yet, and I'm not going to, but we got some special ones in there. The first time that R.S. Hornsby sat in with a band, Bruce's nephew, is one of them. I'm not going to say too much, but they're all coming away May the 1st. So 4 weeks from now, you will have all of those. Mark B said, so I'm not saying B because I've forgotten his surname, because I'm terrible for that, but he refers to himself as Mark B, the initial B, thinks he's found a singer. So where I'm talking about a 24-hour project for a song, he thinks he's found a jazz singer. We haven't actually decided on a song title yet, or which one we're going to do. So if you guys have any thoughts, let me know. I think we were steering towards echolocation, A, because it was new, and B, because it will be fun to play around with all the sound effects. Somebody did suggest, mischievously or otherwise, we could do, now that the single's been released, maybe we could do sidelines and make it would be a first that we would have release one of Bruce's songs before Bruce actually does, given that Daily Dose Day is 3 weeks or so before Flickted comes out. So that would be fun if we could do that. I don't know, but that's a second option. So what we're looking at is a 24-hour project where we record the music and then find someone to record the vocals on top of that, all within a 24-hour period. We can do the prep work ahead of time, but that's what we're looking to. That's what we're looking to do on the day. Also on the day, the documentary. So the movie we made, Door to Forever. Chuck has already seen it, gave us some really nice feedback. We're going to continue that. So Chuck won that by completing the survey. So I'm actually going to do that again next week. So I mentioned upcoming contests. That's one of them. Anybody who can complete the survey, it's on the front page of bruce.com. I've got all the names that have already done it, so don't do it again. But anybody who's yet to do the survey, it's on the front page of bruce.com. If you complete that, your name will automatically go in the hat or in the bowl. And then I'll draw a winner next week. And then I'll send two people. I've just made that up on the spot. 2 people next week. I'll draw out the hat who've completed the survey, and they can get an early link to Door to Forever. And And Andy Novositis said last week, his terrific idea, anybody who's got or can get their picture where Bruce is standing there next to that coffee pot in Lexington, Virginia, and email me a picture or post it on Facebook, and I will give you early access to the documentary as well. One more thing about the documentary. Next week, we're going to do a special, and I'm going to give away one chapter of the documentary on this podcast. So next week, I will play, there's 31 chapters, so I'm going to play one of those chapters this time next week on the podcast. So hopefully that's something to look forward to. What else? Bruce has said he's going to talk to us as well. So I'm not sure when that's going to be yet. It won't be live on the day, but we'll pre-arrange an interview like the phone chats that we've done before, and we'll include that on the podcast on the day too. So if you have any questions that you'd like to ask Bruce, post them here on Facebook or email me, and I will get to as many of them as I can. So if you've got a burning question that you want to ask Bruce, now's your chance. I'm not sure exactly what date we're going to get together yet, but obviously the sooner you can send any questions in, more likely we're going to be able to ask them to him. Okay. What else have we got for you? Oh, the graphics. Okay, so so I've got some of the bells and whistles, which I'm quite chuffed with that. I'm not sure about the design yet, but we've got the clock, which tells me it's 12:30 on the West Coast, 3:30 on the East Coast, 8:30 over here. I'm going to play around with those. I'm not too sure about the design of it yet, but I've got different designs to work on. So, for instance, these different bells and whistles I've got. So on the day, if somebody was to make a donation, you would get something like, I thought I was being clever then, and it was going to flash something up, and it hasn't. So if someone was to make a donation on the day without me interfering or pressing any buttons, you would get some sort of a indicator on the screen, which still isn't showing. So I'm going to try that one more time. This is why we practice. So there you go. It says it. It's still not very clear, so I will come back to that. Maybe if I put like a background on it. But if you like the clocks, let me know. Or if you can think of a better way of presenting them, let me know. Jen says Instagram. What are you referring to there, Jen? Are you saying to broadcast this on Instagram, or did I go off on a tangent and mention something where you've answered Instagram and I've forgotten my own words? Can't remember. So an idea of different designs. So I thought about a ticker across the top, so something like that, which says, so they're actual donations, by the way. So Brian, who sometimes joins us on these calls, he was kind enough to make a donation already. So thank you again, Brian. We anonymously received $20 from someone too. So the last two people who donated can go flashing across the screen there. So that's one thing we can do. Or we could put them in a table like that. Now, which do you think? I don't want this to be too cluttered. I don't want this screen to be too cluttered. We've already got the LS logo. I'll probably take away the Afflicted logo, but we've got the banner down the bottom. We've got this table here on the left, and we've got the clocks on the right, and we've got the, probably don't want the table and the ticker since they're the same information, but I wanted something to recognize people as they make donations, so that's done automatically. Jen says, are you on Instagram? Sorry. Yes, I am. My Instagram account has been hacked numerous times, so I don't spend a lot of time on it. But if you look up Team Twining, I believe, then I'm on that. That's my Instagram handle. Andy says the ticker looks good. So yeah, thank you. That's helpful. I'm interested to know people's preferences, if they have one over the other, if they prefer the ticker, or if they prefer the table, or if there's a different way to do it that you might like instead. But I'm all for crowdsourcing and getting group decisions and group votes on this. So let me know what you guys like. I'm going to turn them off for now because they're quite distracting. So I need to find a better way to present all of this on the day, I believe. Ticker seems quite unanimous. Oli says the same. AJ says the same. Thanks for joining us, AJ. Welcome. Cohen also likes the ticker on the top, the telethon style ticker. So in fact, I'm going to keep the ticker there for now then and get rid of the table as a reminder to myself. Do you have telethons in the States? I guess you do. You do over here. The clock is basically for my benefit, because when I go and watch this back, I can just point and laugh at myself when it's a 24-hour thing and say, there I am at 3 a.m. It's just an easy way to tell what I was doing and when. When I think about it, the logistics for the day, you'll be able to find the broadcast on Facebook and YouTube as you do now. I'm going to have to mess around with it somehow and fine tune it, because you can't do a 24-hour broadcast on either. I think the longest you can do is 8. So the link might change 2 or 3 times during the day, but that's for me to worry about and try and figure out. But if I can make it the most user-friendly I can, so you're not getting lost trying to find this, then that'll be helpful. The documentary itself is going to be fun, trying to get that broadcast. It may just be a YouTube-only thing, because I tried uploading it to Facebook and nearly got my account withdrawn. Because, well, no, that's not fair. I got a copyright strike anyway, and I was not able to play that video to anyone. So that'll be a problem on the day. YouTube, no such problems. It's about 16 seconds of footage from an ITV show in this country from the 1980s, which is the problem. It's not even any music, so I could just as easily take it out, but I don't know if there's going to be any other problems. I don't want to risk it on the day. So I will work out the logistics and then come back to you guys on it. But thank you for your input on that. It looks like you prefer the ticker on the top. If Brian Meek logs in now, he'll be wondering why his name is there and who he owes $25. He does not. He contributed it. So, and donations are open. Some people have been generous beyond belief already on that. So I was not expecting any donations ahead of time, and we've had over $600, $650 plus at the minute, I think. And while I think about it, Chuck, I need to speak to you as well on a related note. So we have the pictures as well for this week. The picture games, I have 5 for you this week. I don't know whether I'm claiming victory or not last week on one of those, the Sidelines one, which you guys all picked. The answer was Sidelines, the new song. You guys all said Fractals, which also would have made sense. So I can't say you were wrong. So I guess your undefeated streak continues as it stands. But I'm going to show you these 5 ones I have today, and maybe we'll have one of these will stump you, he says. Never has done yet. So that's the first one. And I realize now that I look at it, it's not even very clear what it is. So apologies, they're icicles. So maybe that will give you some clue as to which of Bruce's songs that represents. I like that the ticker has disappeared as well. I thought that might show across the top, and it hasn't. Good. Because I didn't want it to. Which song is that those icicles represent? I knew someone was going to say that, AJ, and it's not the answer. It's not Lost in the Snow. You're on the right lines, obviously. trying to think of a clue I could give you. So if it's frosty, if it's icy, if it's chilly, it's one of Bruce's, I'd say, less played songs. Chris got it. Well done, Chris, and welcome, by the way. Thanks for joining us. Chris got it. No need for the question mark, Chris. You were right. It's The Chill. So that's the first one. The second one is perhaps a little more straightforward. What a gorgeous dog, by the way. But it's not the dog we're looking at. Chris, you got it. You got one. So the second one is... Somebody's got to get it. Chris is the MVP for this week. Chris has it straight away. I'm not sure if I'm seeing these at the same time as you're posting them, if there's any kind of a delay, but you're all absolutely right. You got it all at once. John, thanks for joining us. I gather you've just been to a show. Is that right? Did I read that right? Levi, thanks for joining us as well. Big Stick is, in fact, the correct answer. So you're 2 for 2. Chris is 2 for 2. What I might do on the day, if I'm confident that I'm seeing these in the same order as you, on Daily Dose Day, I'm going to run a big quiz of these, and we'll have some prizes to give away. And we do have some great prizes, by the way, to give away on Daily Dose Day. Some people have outdone themselves. Still on the lookout for some. If you're able to donate, or if your employer can donate, or if you know anybody who, or you can suggest anyone I can go cap in hand to. That's the third of the songs right here. I'll talk more about those prizes next week. I am finalizing some details. ALS Association have been fantastic, by the way, in supporting my endeavors to get some prizes out of people. Chris, you're on fire. 3 for 3. Chris is outsmarting me, which that's a low bar, but he's ahead of you guys as well this week. Number 4. Which one's that? I think that's an obvious one. I would say that, because I know what the answer is. Is Chris going to get it first again? No, he isn't. Cohen is, but he's right. Tango King, and he's right behind him. You're exactly right. So Chris got it right. You're all coming in behind. The last one then. And I nearly didn't include this, but here it goes. Which of Bruce's songs is that? If you're on my wavelength, first of all, I pity you. Secondly, you might get it straight away. Klaus, I'm embarrassed, but you're right. It's Red Plains. Score. That's an inside. That's a real inside one, Vic. Thanks for joining us. But it isn't the score to the Plains movie. Was that a Pixar movie? I can't remember. Bruce wrote the score to it. But no, it is not the Plains score. It's, as Klaus and Chris have said, it's Red Plains. I do know how you spell plains. It's just my warped humor. That's rather pathetic of me. But those are your 5 for this week of the picture game. And that's about it for me. That is not the end of my day, because I'm working through the night. It's a long one for me, hence the quesadillas under my nose, which I'm not rushing off straight away to go and eat. Certainly not. I am. But I will speak to you through the week, no doubt. I've been slack with the Wordles again. I'm trying not to clog up the whole group with Wordles, but I will get to one of those through the week, at least one. check the daily dose for today. It is a version of Till the Dreaming's Done, which you don't hear live often now. I don't know that we ever heard it often that much, but it's up for download now. I'm going to play it to you now to close out this show for today as well. But thank you for joining us. That's the last few weeks. The numbers for this have gone up and up. So I appreciate it. I appreciate you joining us. It's like I said earlier on. It's great to have this kind of group of regulars. But spread the word, and anybody, if you're watching this back, and you're able to join us on a Sunday, you're always welcome to join us. It's a nice. Got some really nice feedback on this. It's a nice kind of laid back way to close out the weekend, I think. So I appreciate you joining us and contributing to this and making it fun, and making the game fun, and for contributing and collaborating and engaging with us. Go back to your laundry, Chris. I'm glad to help you procrastinate and that for a while. And have a fun week, everybody. Stay safe. And I will close you out with Till the Dreaming's Done from Seattle in 1990. Take care, everybody.
Okay, I'll do one more like that.
Well, I saw her one day at the corner cafe. Everybody that knew she's a wonder. And sat there all night, too shy to say, honey, you can keep me going under. 'Cause oh my, when she walks on by, it's hard not to get lost in the view. But how can you know if feelings lie? Love comes out of the blue. Oh no, south, east and west. Oh, up, down, 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 all the rest. I'll go anywhere she wants me to go. Oh, of all the girls I love, she's the best. Till the dreaming's done. Well, I left in the springtime long, long ago. Funny, but I never got to know her. And some people tell me she stayed alone. Boy, if things were different, I'd go and show her. 'Cause oh my, when she walks on by, it's hard not to get lost in view. How can you know if feelings are lie? Love comes out of the blue. Oh, north, south, east and west. Up, down, 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 and all the rest. I'll go anywhere she wants me to go. Of all the girls I love, she's the best. Till the dreaming's done. So